Hey guys, what's up? Gonna be doing a short little review on Grand Theft Auto Online, and I think I've put enough time in the game to give an insightful review on how Grand Theft Auto Online's turned out. Rockstar considers this an entirely different component of Grand Theft Auto, and they consider this to be a separate game. But Grand Theft Auto Online had a pretty bad launch, and I couldn't play on the first day. I played maybe for No, I didn't even get to play on the first day, actually. I got to play on the second day, on October the 1st. Grand Theft Auto Online was met with so much traffic that the servers were down. But that's not really a complaint against the game, because Rockstar has never really dealt with such a large number of people that way. Because, Grand Theft Auto 4, it was really popular, but that's when, online was just starting to get noticed by the casual gamer. And, there weren't a lot of people playing Grand Theft Auto 4. But when GTA 5 came out, a lot of people played it. And since then, I'd say most people have left it because the matchmaking is really bad for the game. There's tons of stuff to do, and you'd probably never get bored if you kept on playing everything. But getting into a match or hosting a match or joining a job, it takes forever. Waiting for death matches. I'm playing in a death match right now. Playing in a death match, the matchmaking can take anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes, probably more than that, because it's so hard to find people. Rockstar's matchmaking system just crap, and I think that's a big reason why no one's playing it, because when people drop into deathmatch lobbies or trying to do a job or doing anything such as survival races, parachuting, or any of that sort, it's really hard to find people to get in your lobby. It's not easy, and the most of the time you're not even going to get a lot of people. You might get a couple people, the bare minimum that it requires to start the mission or job. I've never been into a lobby, and I've played at least like 5 days of this game, like 5 days of actual playtime into this game, and probably more. And I've never found a full lobby for a deathmatch or anything like that. It's really bad. And for GTA Online to become a good experience, you really need a good matchmaking system. And I think that's where GTA Online is really lacking. But when you're in free mode, and you're with your friends, it's actually a lot of fun. I think a lot of people overlook this part of the game is when you're in free mode, you can do anything. You just have to be a little creative. Most people that go around in lobbies just end up killing each other, and it honestly gets boring that way. And this is not the developer's fault, but they could encourage people to try something else out. Like Snipexteni the other day, we did like an impromptu race up to Mount Chiliad. And we had a ton of fun. We ended up falling down the mountain with our cars, and we're stuck there, trapped by police helicopters. And it was a lot of fun. Like sometimes you just gotta be a little creative in free mode. And if you have a lot of friends with you, GTA Online can be a ton of fun. In terms of balance of the guns, I think they're balanced fairly well. The LMGs are pretty good, compared to most other games. Third person and first person LMGs are often overlooked, but they're actually pretty balanced. And one thing I do have against it is that once you're, I think, level 100, you get the RPG. And that's actually pretty cheap, because it can allow you to blow up like any cars you want. And of course it gets you to become a bad sport, but you still end up killing a lot of people sometimes and destroying their cars, and it's kind of unfair to people who are still coming into the game. But again, you don't have to spend all your time in free mode. There's a ton of other stuff to do, and the jobs in this game, they're really repetitive. I think I've done almost like 90 jobs, and they haven't really differentiated that much. There were a couple of jobs that were outstanding, but other than that, the jobs are really repetitive. A lot of them are stealing missions where you have to kill some people, repo a car, and bring it back, or you have to kill some people, steal some drugs, and bring them back. It's pretty rare for you to find a mission that's actually different than the others, and it's actually fun to play. Like, they're not going to be anything like the story missions. Even the single player missions that are repo jobs, they're way better than the online ones. But the thing about online is that you get to play with your friends, and it makes everything more fun. Other than that, jobs are mostly repetitive and boring, and I think that's where Rockstar's really suffering, because most of my time spent on GTA Online was either free roaming or doing jobs. And I usually don't do like parachuting and stuff. I did do survival quite a bit when I first discovered it. I think you unlock the first survival map at level 15. And I've completely almost quit GTA Online now because there's nothing that could really bring me back, especially with next gen. You know, you really got the it was a bad time to release GTA Online when it's only a couple weeks away from about like a month and a half away from next gen. And you know, I really want to come back to this game, but there's nothing really bringing me back. You know, there's no extraordinary missions. You know, I can remember a couple which they were pretty fun, but they got boring after a while. There was this one where it's called Base Invaders, and you essentially have to just invade a military base and steal a bunch of no, you have to steal a cargo bob, which is sort of a carrier helicopter, I guess. And you know, there's not really a lot of stuff that's, you know, fun to do in GTA Online. I think Rockstar really needs to, you know, improve their missions, especially with heists. They're not out yet, and most people have left GTA Online. And you know, when heists come back, sorry, not when they come back, when they're released, I don't know how many people are gonna play them because everyone's gonna be, you know, not playing GTA Online. They're probably playing another PS3 or 360 title, or they're all on next gen. You know, there's got to be something to really bring people back. The world of GTA Online is amazing. The detail and everything is on par with the single player, and it's a stable experience. Aside from launch, it's a stable experience, and I think it's awesome. You know, to play with their friends, it's awesome. But you know, not all people will look at it that way. Like me, you know, they want to do missions, they want to do jobs, and you really need to create some awesome missions and jobs where, you know, it really rewards people and makes them feel like this is really a different experience than other games. With the Beach Bum pack, you know, Rockstar included 40 new missions, I think, and I haven't played them, but they might actually be, you know, different and more, you know, more exciting than the ones in standard GTA Online. But after playing 500 missions that are mostly the same from GTA Online, I doubt most people will want to go to Beach Bum pack. And you know, the fact that Rockstar is just pumping out these missions, like 40 missions is a lot. And, you know, if they're not really, you know, the same thing as GTA Online, they might actually lure people in. But you know, the fact that GTA Online bored people for so long and made them leave is it's sad. You know, it's really a great experience, and I personally like the jobs. I like doing some of them, and even if they do get repetitive, I think they're fun. And you know, I played GTA Online for a solid month and a half without, you know, really playing anything else, and I had fun with it, but it got boring like everything else. And jobs really need to be improved. I think that's another, you know, it's another section where, you know, GTA Online is really being held back. Other than that, your main journey, which starts off when you head into Los Santos, is pretty cool. You know, you start off, you really don't have a lot. You're working for a bunch of lowlifes, and you know, that's the way it goes. The characters are all pretty good, but the fact is that, you know, you meet almost the same characters that you meet in single player, and it gets boring, and it just seems like a huge coincidence, and it almost seems unbelievable. You can't suspend belief that you meet exactly the same characters as those three protagonists meet in the single player. It seems kind of off. I wouldn't mind a couple of characters, but every single character that we meet, aside from Gerald, is the exact same in single player. And Los Santos, I'm sure, is home to millions of people, and I just think it's a coincidence that we meet the same 10 people as 3 other protagonists in the same storyline. And the progression's cool. You know, when I started off, I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have any car. My first car was a Vapid Dominator, which is the equivalent to a Ford Mustang, and I loved it. I loved having to steal cars and put trackers in them so I could keep it for myself. And after that, I earned money. It was hard to earn money. I bought my apartment, my first car, without the $500K deposit by Rockstar, which I think was really unnecessary. You know, it's not their fault that their servers crashed. You know, they never dealt with that many people at once, and I think it's fair for them to, you know, resolve those issues, because I'm sure when GTA Online launches again for their next game, it's gonna be awesome, and it's probably not gonna have that as many problems as this had. But microtransactions kind of ruin the game. you know, it would have ruined them for me, because I like earning my way up to the top. It was fun, you know, buying my first apartment. It was fun. I went in it, I took a tour, and it was fun. I went down to my garage and I saw my Vapid Dominator, the car that I bought maybe weeks ago, and it's there, and I'm like, wow, you know, I finally got enough money to make it. Finally got enough money to buy this apartment, and I did it all through my work. I didn't go through microtransactions, and I think that was really rewarding. And I think microtransactions take away that journey, because that's a big part of GTA Online, is where you're going from just a new guy who has nothing to his name to being this guy who can own like these huge apartments and all these vehicles. And I think that, you know, that journey is ruined by microtransactions. You know, it doesn't really create that much of an imbalance in the game, other than some people might be able to afford all the weapons with microtransactions, whereas other people might not be able to, you know, as many weapons as people who have microtransaction money. And I think that it does ruin the experience. You know, it's fun earning all that money. It's fun, you know, going through all those repetitive missions. For me, at least, it's fun, and earning all that money and getting all the stuff I want. And honestly, it's a part of the journey for me, and I think that microtransactions ruin it. So I think I've touched upon most aspects of GTA Online. I think it's a fun experience, but the Rockstar aspect of it is pretty crappy right now. You know, the matchmaking sucks. The modes and stuff are really repetitive. You know, there's not a lot of stuff that, you know, really differentiates them. And you know, microtransactions, they're killing the game. They're killing it. So I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it, but I think I'm not going back to it now. You know, it's not as great as they promised it to be, but I know I won't stay that way. I know that one day GTA Online is going to be an amazing experience, and I've had a lot of fun with it. I think you guys should try it out, because a lot of people still do play it. I know a lot of people left, but a lot of people do still play it, and I think it's a lot of fun. And I know I said a lot of negative aspects, but you know, there's a lot of positive stuff to it as well. But that's the positive aspects are, it don't appeal to the casual gamer. You know, going into free mode and, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. You know, casual gamers won't know where Mount Chiliad is. They won't know, like, you can take a prison bus and ride it on the Los Santos freeway across town, you know, and a police chasing like another guy. I don't know. You could do anything you want in GTA Online, anything. And I think a lot of people miss that factor, and I think Rockstar was really trying to express their opinion and say, you know, this is going to be a lot of fun, but it's up to you guys to, you know, be creative and stuff like that. But they could have been a little more encouraging and, you know, gave us some crazy ideas, because I've had a lot of crazy situations. I remember one time I had a bounty on my head for about like 10k or 9k, I think it was, and I was literally chased from downtown Los Santos up to Blaine County by a helicopter, a tank, and a bunch of cops as well. It was a really epic moment, and I think moments like that are what make GTA Online so fun. It's moments where, you know, other people and you just, you know, have fun together. And I think a lot of other players miss that as well, because when you head into GTA Online lobbies, everyone's just trying to kill each other, and it's kind of pointless, because killing each other doesn't really do anything other than raise your KD, and no one even really knows how to check their KD in this game. Like, I've talked to all these guys who've been killing me in lobbies randomly. Like, when you kill me, I don't kill you back unless you kill me repeatedly. And I've asked him, dude, why do you care so much? He's like, one guy said it's because of his KD, and I asked him, or what's your KD? He's like, oh, I don't know. It's probably around 2. And I checked his KD, and you check it in when you're in a lobby, and it says view joined players, I don't know, stats, I think. And it shows his KD, and the guy's KD was like 0.97. I was like, yeah. I didn't even say anything to him, because, you know, I think people are coming to GTA Online with their Call of Duty mindset, and you really can't look at it that way, because GTA Online is really a different experience, and it's awesome if you can make it to be it that way. And that's it. No, that's it. I think it's a good experience. I think you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't. So, yeah, that's about it. This is some survival gameplay. This was my first time beating survival. I was actually, I think, like level 20 something. And this is when I was really getting into GTA Online. It was fun. It was fun. It really was. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and you know, I'll see you guys later.